Make it stop!
Good morning! I don't know why I chose to do that for the intro, but I did. Anyways, here we go, guys. It is a beautiful morning. Actually, it's kind of cold. What do we got? We got 40 degrees in the shed. That's not bad. But I got the space heaters pumping, as always. And these are the sales for the day. Actually, minus this stuff. So, I actually have 10 orders to pack this morning, which is pretty good for Friday morning. It's kind of... I mean, I guess, no, Fridays usually do a lot of times ramp up. It just doesn't feel like Friday. Anyways, so we got this old phone. Funny thing is, I had one of these before, and when I found it, I thought it was, like, more vintage than... These are, like, reproductions. This one's a little more obvious than my last one, but I had that listed high, and it sat for months before it finally sold, and I was so happy to get rid of it, because it takes up a lot of space. This one I only listed for 20 bucks plus shipping, so I was happy to see. It only took about a month to sell, maybe, something like that, a month. Nitro kart racers, or Nickelodeon kart racers rather. I picked that up for a stream game, streamed it a little bit. It was absolutely terrible, and yeah, needed to get rid of it. Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, you guys saw that was just in the last Facebook buy. Sonic 2, not for resale, which don't get excited about these. A lot of people think that because it says not for resale that it's going to be worth ungodly amounts of money. That's not the case. A lot of these Sega cartridges were not for, or have this not for resale on it. I don't know what the story is there or why, but they are not, it's not a piece of gold. I think I sold this for $4.99 plus free shipping, so don't get excited at all. 2 camera lenses sold already, which is very cool to see. I think one of them was 50 and the other one was 30 or 20, something like that, 25. So very happy to see camera stuff start selling already, because I just listed that yesterday. We got Crisis Core Final Fantasy for the PSP, along with some Hova Flips stickers going out to a viewer, but he did not leave a note. So I'm guessing that's a viewer. I guess it could just be some random coincidence, but these Chiefs headbands, they handed these out going into, I want to say it was the Broncos game, like in, I don't know what week that would have been. Anyways, they handed these out on the way into the stadium. My buddy was drunk, and he ended up taking like one of these from each person as you were coming in the stadium. You know, there was literally like 15 people lined up just handing these out as people came in the gates. We got home with some, he got home with a lot, but he ended up opening them all. Anyways, much to my surprise, I found one of these randomly on eBay, sell for like $60, and I was like, what? So, you know, in a panic, I started searching around here in this mess, because I knew I had a couple, because we brought them home, and it was like, well, they're, you know, it's cool that there's a giant arrowhead on it, but I'm never going to use a headband. What am I going to use a headband for? So I laid them in here, figuring I would just put them on Facebook and maybe get a couple bucks out of them. But when I saw that sold for $60, I was just floored by it. Anyways, I found 2 of these and listed them. I sold this for $30, which is still insane. $30. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. Along with the VHS, remember I was telling you guys what VHS are worth and which ones aren't? Like I said, classic cartoons a lot of times can be. Especially Nickelodeon VHS, I've noticed. This went for 10 bucks. I think it's free shipping still, but with media mail, I'm not going to lose too much. So $10 bill out of what I probably got for 25 cents. Very good. So keep an eye out for SpongeBob VHS. And then we sold another Sprite pin. Those are pretty constant sellers. And then over here, this is actually a Game Boy that I picked up off of Facebook buy. I don't remember how much I would have paid for it now. And I remember I was just so geeked out by it because I had one of these growing up. The original Game Boys. I had one of these growing up, and it was just a super nostalgia trip to see one in such good condition again. And works perfectly and everything. And then we got all these games. We got Alleyway, we got Frogger, Tetris, Golf, Baseball, and Super Mario Land. Pretty cool games. Works fine, nice and clean with the case. So I stuck it in a drawer, said I was going to keep it because I wanted to have it. It was my childhood, but ever since I did that months ago, I haven't touched it since. I've never like busted it out and played it And I have a Switch with the Nintendo Online subscription, and with that you get classic NES re-releases and classic SNES re-releases. And I'm hoping maybe they'll start doing some Game Boy games and stuff like that. I just bought the original Doom game and Doom 2 on my Switch. There's a lot of really cool titles available on Switch. And I realized that if I'm ever going to be traveling and want to take something like this for portable gaming, or even just sitting around the house, it's going to be the Switch before it's ever this, right? Like, because then I could also play the new Pokemon games, or, you know, Mario Kart or whatever. So I'm going to part ways with it. I'm going to list this whole thing as a bundle, which is a pretty sweet bundle. Even, I forgot to show this little guy right here, this little connector slot. That's usually missing on like 99.9% of OG Game Boys that you will find. That little thing just pops out, and that's where the cord goes in. But it's still there on this one, which I thought was pretty cool to see. I don't think that necessarily adds too much value or anything, but just kind of neat to see the condition that it's still in. And then I was up in my office and I found yet another Game Boy. Like, I've sold 3 of these within the last week, I think, and another DSi. And again, I think I was keeping stuff like this thinking like, oh, I'll use them, man, I'll use them. But I'm not. I'm just going to use the Switch. So that's a charger to go with that. Then we got some DS games. Mario 64 DS, Mario Kart DS, Sims 2, I don't know, 2 pet variations, and then Sims 3, and then Tecmo Bowl, which I'm guessing isn't worth much. What I'll probably do is sell Mario Kart DS and 64 separate, and then I will lot all 4 of these games with the DSi. Picked these up on a Facebook auction for $2, this whole stack. I looked up, which one did I look up? I looked up this one, the 6052 Assembly Language Programming book. This book, I want to say, was like a $40, $50 book, something crazy like that. So as soon as I saw that, I just put the $2 bid and didn't even look at the rest of this stuff. So obviously I'm going to look at the rest of this stuff. This is supposed to have like install discs. Yeah, 3.5 discs, and I know that the listing said no discs, but there still might be some manuals or something that I can sell in there. If not, I'll just throw it all away. I don't care. I mean, I got, essentially, at this point, I got this book for $2, and I know that I'm going to be able to flip that for a pretty decent profit. Then this box right here, sorry about the sniffles, guys. This is some back again, I don't know if that's exactly how you pronounce it, but some trading cards. I picked those up on some retail arbitrage. Retail arbitrage meaning you buy stuff on clearance like at Walmart or Target or whatever, and then you sell it for a profit on eBay. I picked those up for like $1 a pack or something like that, and the resale value isn't like insane. Like, I think there's like 50 packs here, and I've got them listed for like 90 or something like that. But they've just been sitting, like, no traction whatsoever. I think I've got too big of a lot here. I think it's too many packs for somebody to buy at once. So I'm going to open this today and probably break it up into like lots of 10 and try to get it gone that way, because it's just been sitting for too long and I'm sick of staring at it. I need the shelf space back. So anyways, guys, that's what's going on. I love ya. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you something here and share with you a motto that an old samurai warrior once shared with me when I was 7 years old. He said, "It doesn't have to be pretty, just has to get the job done." And myself in life and this package can attest to that statement. So yeah, there is the phone. Hey, it's gonna work though. It's gonna get there, and it's super solid. If you like shake that thing around, there's no movement whatsoever. So I'm happy with. Oh, shut up, phone! All right, so I've got everything boxed up, packaged up, bubble mailers, all that good stuff. The camera lenses fit real nice. I actually used to have some 4x4x4s, and I ran out of them, and then I was like, I don't need those again. I didn't use them very much, and they would have been perfect for those camera lenses. But these 6x6x6s work just fine. So I wanted to share something really satisfying with you guys, though. So I just hit print on the labels that I need for today. And then I just get to enjoy watching the printer. It's a little slow, but you just get to enjoy watching all the labels fall down. It's printing 10 labels, so it'll be there for a while. But I got a really good question here from, come on, camera. A really good question here from Big Jake. He said, I've got a question you can answer if you haven't already. I'm just getting started part-time and have about 70 items listed and about 8 and selling about 8 per week. First of all, congrats, man. That's awesome to hear. Happy for you. That's exciting times when you just start and you're already selling 8 things a week. That's pretty decent, my dude. And then he says, when is the time to get a store subscription and all that? So I've touched on that a little bit before, but this is a good question. So basically, whenever you get to a certain point on eBay, I think like one of the first ones, they only let you do like 100 listings a week. How's my my collage wall coming along, by the way, guys? You like that? Basically, I think one of the first ones is like you get 100 listings per month. And now, first thing I'll tell you is to keep an eye on your messages in the app and on, I mean, you can check it on the website as well, but install the app on your phone. Make sure you keep up with the messages and the emails that you have associated with that account. You will get offers from time to time that will be like 250 free listings. Now, normally I will say the catch is usually whenever you get an email like that, you will have like 3 days to get 250 listings done. But accept those offers, get as many listings done in that time frame as you can, and then you don't have to pay extra for those listings. But one thing you want to take note of whenever you're just starting out is whenever you list items that do not sell after the period of time, I think they're up for a month and then they get relisted, that counts as a listing. So I list this camera lens, you know, 32 days ago or whatever it is, it doesn't sell. That camera lens is going to automatically relist itself as long as you have that enabled, which should be by default. That camera lens is going to relist itself by default, and that will count as one of your listings. So right now, I only have 700 listings. Let me look real quick. I only have 750 only, I know, right? 750-ish listings, and I believe the number that I get per month is let's see, it looks like I get 500 or 1,000 a month. I think I get 1,000 a month, but I'm paying for one of the higher tiers. I can't even remember the tiers right now and how many listings you get per, but basically you're gonna start noticing, you're like, wait, I thought I had 100 listings a month. How am I down to only having 20 listings left whenever I've only listed 20 things this month? That's because a bunch of your stuff that didn't sell last month is automatically relisting, and that counts as your listing. So in other words, long story short, what I would do is just keep an eye on, you basically don't need to purchase any additional listing space. You know, you don't need to buy one of those storefronts with the additional listings until you need it. Until you go to list and it's trying to charge you a fee and it's saying, hey, you don't have any more listings this month, that's when you need to start thinking about it. Until then, you don't really need to think about it. And the way you can check that here on the desktop is this right here. It tells you how many listings you have used and how many you have left. And again, until that number starts getting to where it's running out and you can't list stuff without paying a fee, it might not be worth it. And even then, if you're not pulling in enough stuff on a normal basis, if you only, let's say you use your 100 listings and you've got 5 other things that you want to list. I think it's like, I don't remember what the fee is. I think it might be 15 cents. Is that wrong? It might be 15 cents per listing. So if you're only going to list 5 more items than what your limit is, it might be worth just paying the 15 cents per listing and not paying for the $20 a month or whatever the store subscription is that you're looking at. So all those things definitely weigh in, and you just kind of have to, you know, go with the flow and see what direction things start going in, and just pay attention to how many listings you have and how many you need as you're going. So yeah, that's what I have to say with that. Good question. Thank you for that question. I appreciate it. And again, man, I'm just really proud of my, look, Porky's. I just put Porky's up there the other day. Classic movie. I get whenever I need to get, I've got a whole bunch. Well, I'll show you. I've got a whole bunch over here. DVDs. Well, I had CDs, but they don't really have paper inserts anymore. So this box is just full. I think I just mentioned this recently too. This box is just full of CD cases that are empty that I can, you know, like that case is fine. So if I get a game that's in a shattered case that's worth more, if I have it in a good case, I just come over here, grab that, switch out the paper inserts, and we're good. And then down here, I've got 2 boxes full of DVDs, and I just, some of my favorite movies or whatever, like there's Boondock Saints and stuff like that. I will, why can't I get that? Oh, there's like a tote lid down there. I will cut the front of that, that DVD, the paper insert off, and just staple it to my wall over there. I don't know. I'm a child. It's kind of a fun backdrop. So anyways, that's what's going on. Good Saturday morning. These are the orders that I have pulled for the morning that came in overnight / last night. I actually had some orders yesterday that came in during the day that I normally don't ship out until Saturday, but I had to run to the post office because I was doing some stuff in town anyways. Actually, all the box breaks for the NFL Donruss cards that we did, or that I opened, that I broke, whatever you want to call, I I got all that like packaged up and shipped out yesterday. That took an entire, like, way more time than I expected that to take, but it was fun doing it, so I'm excited to do it again. But anyways, got all those mailed out yesterday, minus the 2 people that hit jersey cards, because I'm waiting on thicker top loaders. But anyways, then we got a Valken 50 cal paintball marker. Shout out to XCal. This is actually one of the HD DVD drives for the Xbox 360, which I thought was really cool. We traded, because there was this Modern Warfare hat that I had that he really wanted, so we traded this for that. And I had an idea of maybe trying to find like one of the HD DVDs and like make a video of me actually hooking up to a 360 and playing it, but I was like, chances of me actually doing that are pretty slim to none. So I just listed it, and she sold. These cards were a pretty good flip. I just sold these for $30. They're Caesar's Palace playing cards. Obviously, this thing itself isn't sealed. I can't get it to open. But the trading cards inside the little case are sealed. This is like felt. It's pretty cool. I found these in a lady's garage. I think I paid her like 50 cents or $1, something like that. I just sold them for $30. So pretty happy with that. This is just an instruction manual that I found laying on my, you know, one of those crazy shelves full of all kinds of stuff. And found out it was a pretty rare game, pretty sought after incomplete edition, so sold the instruction manual for $9.99. So pretty happy with that. I'm gonna get these packed. I only have about 45 minutes before the post office closes, and got to get those over there. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the love on these videos. You guys have been amazing lately on the content. Hope you guys are enjoying the live streams that I try to do throughout the week and all that good stuff. I love you. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye!